Hello, academics based around the world. Welcome back to Caltex Academy. If this is your first time visiting this great channel, my name is Julius and thank you for coming around. Today, I'm going to teach you how to get determinant of 3 by 3 matrix using Sarrus Rule. So in this question, it says, find the determinant of the following matrices using Sarrus Rule. So firstly, before we start working out, we need to understand Sarrus Rule. Now, when you look at this, we have 3 by 3 matrix in each of these cases. So, for Sarrus Rule to work, it means we need to pick out these 2 columns and we write them behind our matrix. And what is exactly the reason of us having 5 columns? According to Sarrus Rule, we need to get the determinant of the matrix by subtracting it, just like if we have determinant with 2 by 2 matrix, you can multiply the elements in the leading diagonal and you subtract the result of multiplying also element of non-leading diagonals. So Sarrus rules work in the same scenario. Now when you look at here, you realize that we have 2 elements and 2 elements. But according to this, if we draw this diagonal, of course, we still have another minor diagonal here, and these diagonals are not containing 3 numbers, just like the one here. And for that case, it is impossible for us to get the determinant of this matrix using this rule. And for it to work, we need the first 2 columns written after to generate elements that are what? 3, and they are all even for us to be able to get, similar to the 2 by 2 matrices, where we get the product of the leading diagonal minus the product of non-leading diagonal. So with all this said, let's go ahead and implement what we've just learned here. And if I've gotten it correctly, you can pause the video, go ahead and start working on your own and see how it looks like. So let's start with solution A, where we can copy our determinant here. So to write it as a determinant, we need to have a letter A and we indicate with this bars. Feel free to also write determinant as D, E, T, and we write the letter. All this means the same thing. And this is equivalent to, now let's copy all these elements. And we have the first one here, we have 1. Now then we follow it in a row system. We have 7. And since we are going to copy these 2 after, we can also recopy saying 1 and we also have 3. Now after that, we'll come back to the second row and write 2, followed in by 0, followed in by 1, and we can copy again 2 and 0. We just transfer this 2 and 0 after our matrix. So finally, we go to the third row and we have 4, 2, and 1. So we also recopy the first 2 elements and we have 4 and what? 2. Since it is determinant, we can also indicate this bars here. Okay. After having this line drawn, now we are ready to start tracing our leading diagonals. We can trace from 1 to 0 to 1. So this is our first leading diagonal. Of course, there are 3 of them. And we move the second element, tracing it down. We have this. And lastly, we have that. And you can see in each of these green highlighted lines, we have 3 elements here. So this constitutes our leading diagonal. Now let's move on also. So here we have the determinant of this matrix A, and we calculate it by 1 times 0 times 1. Of course, it's 0. So we can place our 0 here, plus we move to the next one here, 3 times 1 is 3 times 4, we have 12, and also like somewhere here, lastly, we have 7 times 2, that is 14 times 2 is 28. Now we're done with the leading diagonal, then we can move on and also have non-leading diagonals. Remember, with this method, we consider this sign down here to be negative, and here we have positive at the top here, meaning the product of the leading diagonals are added together and then subtract out the product of non-leading diagonals. So to avoid repetition, we can have this bracket and multiply them once and conceal the result as one number and subtract later. So let's move on and also trace our non-leading diagonal. So starting from down here, just like we started from here, we'll trace it up of these three elements in these diagrams and also three elements here and finally three elements here. Remember there are only two elements that are not touched and these elements are 0 and we have 2. They are not touched but the rest are involved. So with that we can go on and start multiplying. If you have 0 in any of the line, you'll find that this one goes to 0, so you don't need to waste time doing that multiplication. So 2 times 1 times 1, you get 2, and you have to sum it together. Remember, if you don't choose to have this bracket, you just say minus 0, minus 2, then minus whatever you will get in the next diagonal. So let's move to the last diagonal, and we have 1 times 2, that is 2 times 3, we have 6. We can go on and reduce this one down. So let's copy our determinant here, and we have to sum up all this together. We get 40 now minus 8. So finally, when we simplify, just get some space for our work, we get our A as the determinant is 32. And that is the answer for the first matrix. It's already very short to do this calculation. You can do it in less than 1 minute. So let's move on to the next determinant here, and that is determinant of B, and be calculated by also copying 2, 5, and we have 3. We come back and copy the first 2 again here, and we have 2 and 5. So moving to the next row, we have 1 followed in by 0, followed in by 6, and we come back and copy again 1 and 0. In the last row, we have 8, followed in by negative 1 and 2. Finally, copying the first 2, we have also 8 here and negative 1. Again, drawing these lines to show that is determinant. Alright, so let's trace our leading diagonal starting from 2, following this line here, and we have that. Second one, we have 5, 6, and 8. And lastly, 3, 1, and negative 1. So again, we'll have to transfer this one down here, and maybe I think we'll come this way. So we have determinant of B is calculated by getting the sum of the product of these leading diagonals. So this one, of course, obviously goes to 0, and it moves to the next one here. 5 times 6 times 8 gives us 240, so we have to add it here. Now we move the last diagonal, and we have 3 times 1 is 3 times negative 1. So we can close up this sum of the leading diagonal. Remember here, where we had negatives that always given down here, this will just factor it out and we maintain this one by addition, just like what I've done here. So let's go ahead and trace the non-leading diagonal for it to be somehow easy. So from 8 to 0 up to 3. Also here from negative 1 through 6 to 2. And from 2, 1, 5. So moving on, we can have the calculation here. Of course, we did 0 here. This one goes to 0. And we move to the next one. Negative 1 times 6 times 2 is negative 12. Now finally, we have 2 times 1 times 5, and that is 10. Now we can go on and simplify our numbers here. This one simplifies to 237, and we subtract away. I think I'm seeing negative somewhere here. If we simplify this, we get negative 2. So we can create a bracket And we can open up this bracket. Maybe first be consistent. Let's first maintain the same bracket here. Now let's go on and open this bracket. Negative times negative is positive. So therefore, we have the determinant of B as 2, 3, 7 plus 2. So if we sum up all this together, we get our determinant of matrix B as 239. And that is how Sarrus Rule works. So if you've gotten some value from this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you learn something new or Sarrus Rule, share this video with friends and see you in the next video. Peace out.